Hey, what's up, everybody? You got Steve here with the Fandom Show. My nephew Paul is joining us again because we're going to play a little game a little later on in the video. Before that, there is a few things that I want to cover. First of all, Deadpool and Wolverine comes out this Friday, the only MCU release this year, looking to be really good. I already told him that I'll take him to see it, and I think it's going to be a really fun time. Hopefully, this movie kickstarts the MCU a little bit. It's been kind of shaky the past few years, but I think Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman are a great team, and I think this movie is going to be a whole lot of fun. So, high expectations for sure, but I really do think this one is going to deliver for Marvel/Disney, and hopefully encourage them to keep making more movies in this vein. Because I think it's fun, when you make movies that kind of poke fun at themselves and just overall a good time. The first part of the final series of Cobra Kai dropped on Netflix recently. I watched the first 5 episodes. The whole season is 15 episodes. We got the first third. The next set of 5 is coming in November of this year, and then the final 5 will be next year sometime. One thing I didn't quite get, minor spoiler, but not really because you knew it was happening. So at the end of the last season, we found out there was going to be this worldwide karate tournament that both Cobra Kai and Miyagi-Do got invited to. At the end of episode 5 of this season, basically they get to the tournament and so it ends. But I don't know how you drag a karate tournament into 10 episodes, so I think that there's more going on. I'm just going to go ahead and speculate here. I could be wrong, but I would not be at all surprised if towards the end of the show we get a final showdown between LaRusso and Johnny Lawrence. I think that's something that we've been building to, and I think you got to end the series where it began and have those two settle their differences once and for all. Supposedly, Ralph Macchio has also said that there's a new Karate Kid movie in production that is not only going to incorporate some of the existing characters, but is also going to include Jackie Chan's character from the Karate Kid remake that came out back in 2010. So we'll see where that goes, but the end of Cobra Kai is looking to hopefully be pretty solid, and we'll find out how that story ends next year. For video game fans, especially Nintendo fans, we finally got a taste recently of Metroid Prime 4, which was first announced something like, I think it was 5 years ago before the pandemic, and it was kind of a running joke about we're never going to get it, but Nintendo finally dropped the trailer. It's supposedly going to be out next year sometime. I say supposedly because you never really know with video game release dates when it's going to come out, but hopefully it will drop next year. And I'm going to make another prediction here. I believe that game is going to be probably the last major release on the Nintendo Switch, or it could potentially be, well, I say it could potentially be for the Switch too, but the trailer had it for the original Switch, and I don't think Nintendo would do is like that. So I'm going to say it's going to be the last big release for the Switch, and then who knows what we're going to see on the Switch 2, which should launch, hopefully, well, maybe holiday next year if things go well. But, I mean, the original Switch came out in 2016, so it's really pushing its age, and Nintendo is overdue to provide us with a successor. So we'll see what they come up with. In any event, Metroid Prime 4 for the Switch is real, and it's going to be coming out next year. For Metroid fans like myself, that is absolutely a very, very exciting thing. I do want to take a moment and pay tribute to Bob Newhart, who's one of the all-time great television comedians. He's best known for the Bob Newhart Show and his sitcom Newhart, which for a lot of us was before our time. But many of us did know him as Professor Proton on The Big Bang Theory, which he did a bang-up job, no pun intended. He actually won an Emmy Award for that role recently. Well, not recently, it was back in 2013. But anyway, he had not won one up to that point, despite being a TV legend. And one of the things that he was best known for is his second show, Newhart. In the final episode, his character gets hit by a golf ball and then wakes up in the bedroom set of his first television series with the actress that played his wife. So one of the all-time great, it was all just a dream endings. Those endings can oftentimes be very cheesy and cornball, but Bob Newhart completely knocked it out of the park with that, and it's remembered as one of the greatest series finales in television history. So safe journeys, Mr. Newhart. Thank you for the many, many, many years of prime entertainment. You truly were one of a kind. And I'm going to change things up here because I want to tell a random story. Well, let me explain the game that we're going to play here first. So go ahead and turn that iPad on. On this iPad here is a list of games for the PlayStation 2, Xbox, original Xbox, and the Nintendo GameCube. So a lot of these actually be classified as retro games. One second. Because they're over 20 years old now, if you can believe it. I don't know if I'd classify them myself as retro games. That makes me feel really old. But in any event, he's got a list here. What he's going to do is give me the title of the games, and I'm going to guess what year they came out. I mean, yeah, I put together a list earlier today. I saw the years, but I don't have them all committed to memory. So we're going to see how it goes. So there's two conditions that are going to end this game. Number 1, I get 3 of them wrong, or number 2, I get 10 of them right. And then after we're done this, we're going to play a little bit of a different game with Paul that I think he's going to enjoy. But before I get into this, I just want to tell you a story because I was thinking about it earlier when I was coming up with a list of PlayStation 2 games. So I worked at GameStop for a few years from, I think it was 2008 to 2013. Of course, we do trade-ins. It's a big part of the business. Well, anyway, one night this guy came in and wanted to trade in a PlayStation 2. One of the slim PlayStation 2s, the smaller ones. I opened it up and it was like, it wasn't like filled with bugs inside, but I could clearly see like 7 tiny bugs and parts of other bugs. I don't know if they were roaches or whatever it was, but anyway, it was nasty inside this thing. So I told him, no, bro, I can't take this. Go do something else with it. He left. About 3 hours later, a woman comes into the store, trades in a PlayStation 2 and some games. One of the things that I do when I get those consoles, and if I have time, of course, is to clean them up a little bit because, you know, I'm kind of particular myself about liking good quality for my used products. And so I figure if I have a chance to give my customers the same thing, then I'm certainly going to do that. So anyway, I'm cleaning up this PlayStation that this lady brought in, and I see a couple of legs from one of these tiny bugs that I saw earlier. And I'm thinking, are you kidding me? Like, this person got somebody else to come in here and trade it. They got $15 for that PS2. You're going to go to all that trouble for $15 just to leave me with a partially bug-infested PlayStation 2? I mean, I didn't sell the thing. I just zeroed it out of inventory, threw it in the trash. But, man, that just really grated on my nerves. Not a big deal in the end of things, but it really grated on my nerves. Anyway, enough about that. Let's go ahead and get to the games. So, Paul's going to give me a title. I'm going to guess the release year. We're not doing month. I'm not that good. But I'm going to try to guess the release year. If I get 10 right, then I win. If I get 3 wrong, then I lose. Let's go ahead and give it a shot. So, let's see what we got.
All right. Ooh, this was a good game. Need for Speed Underground.
I believe that was 2003.
Yeah. All right. Metal Gear Solid 3.
Oh. See? Man. Let me think about this. I remember when I first started working in video game stores, not long after, we had the special version of that game. I can't remember what it was called. Oh, God. I'm thinking 2004?
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
I wasn't too sure about that one.
God of War 2.
Ooh. Oh, gosh. 2006?
No.
Ah.
It was 2007.
Oh, damn. I thought, okay. Okay. So I'll mark that here as 1X for me. Okay.
All right.
2 right, 1 wrong.
Final Fantasy X2.
Oh, X2. Does it say X-2 or does it say XII?
X-2.
X-2. Okay, I was going to say the different games. XII would always be Final Fantasy 12. X2. Oh, dear. Son of a bitch. 2003?
That's correct.
Okay. Whew. I thought I knew that one.
Tekken 5.
Tekken 5.
I've never played that.
Okay, well, Tekken Tag Tournament launched with the PlayStation 2. Tekken 3 was on the PlayStation 1, so Tekken 4 must have come at some point after that. Tekken 5. Oh, 2005?
Yep.
Okay.
A year before I was born.
Yeah. See, I told you, a long time ago. Sort of.
Oh, this was a good game. I loved playing this in the living room when I was little. Guitar Hero 2.
2006?
Yep.
Okay.
Crash Bandicoot.
Ooh. See, I'm thinking it's 04 or 05. I'm just not sure which one. 05?
Mm-mm.
Damn. It was
2001.
2001? Oh, gosh. All right, well, that's 2 strikes for me, so next one I'm gone. Let's keep it going.
Simpson Hit and Run.
Oh, dear. Simpsons Hit and Run. Oh. I'm fairly confident it's 03 or 04, but which one? Simpsons Hit and Run, I think. Crap, I can't remember if that was the first one or if that was Road Rage. Is it 03 or 04? Good God. 03?
That's correct.
Okay.
Next one. Sonic Heroes.
Good Lord. I think this one's going to get me. I'm going to say 2006, but I think I'm wrong.
Nope.
That was it?
It's 2003.
Oh, wow. The big fat fail. Okay. Well, I think I had like, what, 6 or 7 right? That's not too bad.
Yeah.
Trying to commit from memory. All right, you can go ahead and turn that off.
All right.
So what I have here are pop culture questions written on these lovely multicolored cue cards.
There it is.
Yeah. So we're just going to go through these questions and see how many of them you can get. Sound good? All right, first question. Name 3 Star Trek characters from any version of the franchise.
I've never watched any Star Trek.
Really?
I've never watched any Star Trek.
Wow. That's crazy. Not any at all.
Any at all.
Dang.
I've never... So, I know there's Captain... Oops. No. Kurt? No, that's...
You're probably thinking of Captain Kirk. If you look to your right, I've actually got a couple of Star Trek Funko Pops over there, but that's okay. I thought you were a bit familiar with Star Trek, but...
Nope, I have never watched any of that.
All right, next up we have name 3 80s TV shows. Any genre.
All right. Was it Sonic the Hedgehog Underground? Or is that's newer than the 80s? Yeah,
yeah, Sonic wasn't even around until the 90s, so...
Yeah, okay. I don't remember the name of it, but it was like the song that never ends.
Is that from a TV show?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
It goes on and on.
I'm familiar with that, but it was on some kids show or something.
Yeah, it was like a little kids show.
All right, I'll give you that one as one, even though we can't remember the show. I know it was a real thing. Okay, can you think of 2 more?
Thundercats.
Okay, 1 more.
Was He-Man back then?
You got it. Good
Okay.
call. Yeah, He-Man definitely was. All right, next up, you probably won't be able to get this one. I'm going to throw it at you anyway. Name what are the 3 rules for the Gremlins?
All right. Don't get it wet. Don't feed it after dark, or not dark, but midnight.
Midnight, yeah.
Yeah, don't feed it after midnight. And I don't know the third because I've never fully.
What was the
watched.
first one you said?
Don't get it wet.
Third one is don't expose them to sunlight because it kills them. Oh. That was good though.
I've never finished the Gremlins movie.
All right, moving on. How many Jurassic Park movies are there?
6.
Yep, that's right. The 7th one apparently in pre-production. We'll see how that one goes.
Oh, okay.
All right, up next we have, this should be ridiculously easy for you. Name 2 Ghostbusters.
All right, you got Phil. Wait. Yeah, Venkman.
Okay, yeah, Venkman. Okay, 1 more.
Starts with a Z. Zedmir.
I'm laughing because there's a giant wall of Ghostbusters stuff just off screen here beside me.
Well, I'm trying not to look.
Well, I never told you couldn't. But I'll give you that one. Winston Zedmore. I'll give you that one.
Okay.
Fair enough. Okay. Here's one that should be more modern for you. That you should have no problem with. Identify 3 members of the Hellfire Club.
All right, you got. Wait, this is from
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Okay. You keep giving me names. I'm horrible at names.
Well, what else am I supposed to? I mean.
All right. All right. You got the guy who plays the guitar on top of the van or the.
Eddie.
RV,
Okay.
Eddie.
Fair enough. All right.
Eddie. I don't know names.
Well, just describe the characters. If you get the description.
The one that found Dart.
Okay, Dustin. Yeah.
Dustin.
Yeah.
And Michael. Michael's his name, I think. Mitchell. Michael. The kind of like the main character that's with 11 or likes 11.
Oh,
Technically, he was a part of it.
yeah, oh, yeah, Mike. Yeah, his name is Mike. Okay, I don't know why I didn't keep him. Every other show calls him Mike. If you said Mike, I probably picked
I said
that.
Michael, so
All right,
probably
fair
missed
enough.
you.
Fair enough. All right, we got next year. Okay, Who's the reporter that always hangs out with the Ninja Turtles?
Oh, this one I know. It's April O'Neil.
Awesome. All right. What year did Marty and Doc go back to in Back to the Future 2?
1985?
That was the first one. Well, the first one was in 85. They went back to 55. In the second one, they went forward into the future at the time, but it's now the past.
Wasn't it like 2020?
You were close. 2015.
15.
Yeah. All right. Last one. True or false, the Wii was the best-selling console of its era?
Yes.
Yeah, it actually was.
Yeah.
All right, and I've got one bonus question for. I don't really know if you'll have any chance in this, but I was looking it up earlier today, and I was just curious if you knew. So the bonus is, what year was the first major video game created? And just if you can get it within 10 years, I'll consider that good enough. Any guesses? While he's thinking, I'm going to say that I'd be willing to bet it's a lot earlier than he thinks it is, but go ahead.
1973.
Okay, I'll give you that because that's around the time the Pong was created. But one of the first major video games ever created was called Space War, and it was actually created in 1962. Now, back then, of course, nobody had computers or video game consoles at home, so it was created and shared among primarily university students, computer engineers, and what have you. It wasn't really commercially available. It was one of the first video games that was played socially, that, the people who played it would make changes to it, modify it, and all that kind of thing. So it was one of the first big ones. But yeah, Pong was one of the first major commercially available video game, which was in the early 1970s. So great job. Okay. All right, well, that concludes our games for the evening. That was kind of fun. Thank you again for helping me out, Paul.
Yes.
And I promise you, I know I've said this like the last 3 times I've done these videos. I swear to you, my Ghostbusters Frozen Empire review is coming. It is going to be, God willing, unless something huge comes up in the meantime and I have to bump it back. But as long as that doesn't happen, the Ghostbusters video is going to be the next one that I put on this channel. So stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, and we will catch you again real soon.